Excuse me. Hi, my name is Courtney, and I'm really passionate about helping women with invisible illnesses realize that you can still lead a pretty healthy and active lifestyle. It's just not going to be the one you had envisioned for yourself. But I gotta tell y'all, I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know if it's just added stress. We've got wildfires in the area and a ton of just nasty smoke blew in this weekend. It's a lot better now, but it's still my eyes hurt, my sinuses hurt, and with fibromyalgia, it I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. All I know is the last several days I have been in an unusual amount of pain, and it's pissing me off. Not that that solves anything, but it does piss me off because I do a lot of things to take care of myself and to try to manage my symptoms, and it I don't like it when they get the upper hand. But anyway, that's why I didn't do a video Friday. I wasn't up to it. But this is yes, we're talking about this again because this is important because people who have chronic illnesses, we don't often get a lot of support. We don't often get frankly what we need from the people in our lives. And that's not an indictment of anybody. This stuff's difficult for everybody involved. It truly is. But here are some ways that you can support somebody who has a chronic illness. This information, by the way, is from a website called themighty.com. And the Mighty is a really good resource for people who have health issues and or disabilities. Although a word of caution, and I feel bad saying this because I understand where these people are at. Just be careful. There's a lot of people on there looking for help, and I know they're sincere. I'm not doubting that. All I'm saying is it can be really I can't spend a lot of time there. It's very difficult for me because I get to where I feel so bad for the people and it drags my day down and you know, I'm not judging anybody for what they're posting because I've been there. I know what that's like. I just can't afford to be around it. I can't spend my time around a lot of that because it sucks me in. Anyway, 7 things you can do to support someone who has a chronic illness. Number 1, check in. We withdraw. I'm the queen of withdrawal. I y you know, the pandemic has been kinda good for me in a lot of ways, and it's been really bad for me in other ways, and one very double-edged sword is I got to work from home for 2 years, which is both a huge blessing. There were many, many days over this winter that I would not have gone out of the house to go to work, but I was able to crawl into my home office and feel productive, and that's really important. But working from home also meant it was super easy for me to withdraw and not talk to anybody. That's really not healthy, especially when you live 100 and some odd miles from the Arctic Circle where it's cold and dark and miserable all winter. But don't let us withdraw. If you have someone in your life who you really care about and they've got health issues, make sure you check in. Don't be pushy about it. Just make sure you check in. Hey, I hadn't heard from you. I want to touch base. Make sure you're okay. Is there anything you need? And you know what? They might be in the mood to just go, "Oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe what's going on," and give you a big old earful. Or they might just say, "Thanks for reaching out, but I'm good." And that'll be the end of it. But when you take that moment to reach out, it lets us know that we're not forgotten. And I got to tell you, that stuff is, healthy people, you don't get it. But when you've been sitting here awake night after night dealing with pain, I'm not frozen, at least I don't think I am. Um, it's lonely. I think the loneliest feeling in the world is waking up in the middle of the night and my body's just racked with pain and I'm miserable and I can't get comfortable and I'm waiting for the pain meds to kick in and sometimes they don't really kick in that much. It's really lonely laying there like that. So if you take a moment to check in, I'm telling you, it's going to be so meaningful to somebody. Number 2, you need to listen. Don't judge. Don't judge because you can't possibly understand. Listen with an open heart. Listen with how would you feel? Try to put yourself in our shoes. How would you feel if you were the one that felt like crap? So just listen. And for goodness sakes, please do not tell someone with chronic pain, well, everybody hurts sometimes. Well, no kidding. No, see, I almost cussed there, but I'm working on that. But we know that, okay? We're not stupid. It's just not the same thing. Your occasional aches and pains, while I'm not trying to dismiss them at all, it's just not the same thing as hurting pretty much 24/7. I mean, I don't want to sound, I do get breaks here and there. I'll get a few hours here and there that are pretty low pain and they're nice. But like the last, my gosh, I can't even think of how this flare feels like it's been going forever. I did get some relief yesterday, no, Saturday for a few hours, but I've been flaring really bad for a while now. It's overwhelming. And when you tell us that, it's degrading. You're completely dismissing what we're going through. And I get it. I think people are, when they say that, because I try to be gracious when I deal with other people, I assume that you mean well and I assume that you're trying to build a bridge of understanding, but you're not. All you're doing is making me feel like I should have never said anything, and it makes me feel even more alone and isolated because you don't get it. You can't get it. For goodness sakes, don't offer unsolicited advice. Now, I'm not saying hey, you may have heard of this, but here's an article. Maybe you've seen this. I don't care if I've seen it 1,000 times. I'd rather you send it to me than not. But don't go to somebody who has a lot of health issues and say, you'd feel better if you exercised. Okay, I exercise literally as much as I am physically capable of doing. And I can't exercise any more than I do. Eat right? Okay, yeah, my diet could be better, but I'll bet you my diet's better than most people out there. I eat pretty damn well. I have to be very aware of what I eat. I'm not always good about it. Some days I just want to say to hell with it. Ironically, which is mostly on high pain days, which are the days I need to eat the healthiest, but don't offer unsolicited, sorry, I had a dog laying under my feet and he just moved. Don't offer unsolicited advice. If we need to lose weight, first of all, I guarantee you we know that, okay? We've had that conversation with our doctor. Second of all, we can all look down and we're aware if we have a weight problem. So don't say that. We know. You need to understand. I have a girlfriend and she's one of my best friends and I love her to death. And a while back, she got really irritated with me and she's like, why won't you tell me what's wrong? I ask you how you're feeling and all you tell me is you're okay. And I know you're not okay. So I told her, you're right. I'm not okay, but I don't want to think about it. If I have to think about this enough to put it into words, I'm too focused on it. I don't want to be that focused on it. I try really hard to just set the pain in the back of my head and not pay a lot of attention to it. This stuff is hard for us to talk about with other people who are in similar situations for the same reason. We don't even discuss a lot of details often with other chronic pain patients. We don't want to get into it. Don't take that personal because it's not. Number 3, you need to roll with the punches. Yeah, we know. It's really damned annoying when we cancel plans at the last minute again. We know that. It's not about you. It's horrible that needs to be said, but it's not about you. And if you're that concerned about the person and it's someone you really love and you were really looking forward to spending the time with them, instead of getting all pissed off and calling them names, y'all have been called a flake so many times. I just shrank my friend circle drastically. Instead of being that person, why don't you say, God, I'm sorry you don't feel good. How about I come by? I'll go pick up your favorite dinner. I'll come by and we'll just watch TV and hang out. And then be a low maintenance guest. Well, if you're not a low maintenance guest, you ain't gonna last long in my house because I will ask you to leave. I wouldn't be nasty about it, but I would ask you, yeah, sorry, I'm not up to this. You gotta go. Number 4, educate yourself. Now, I'm not telling you have to be an expert. It's not at all what I'm saying. But you know what? If it's someone you care about, take a couple of minutes, do a simple internet search. Just get the basics or ask. If it's someone you're close to, they'd probably really appreciate you saying, hey, what's up? What's up with this? Or I heard this about your condition. Is that true? Or just point blank ask, could you just explain to me what this is all about? I don't understand. Direct approach is always the best. Number 5, don't attend the pity party. We feel sorry for ourselves sometimes. I can throw one hell of a pity party. I don't need you to join. It's funny because I'm always taken aback, and I know it's not meant at all in a negative way, but I'm always taken aback when people say things to me like, "Oh my god, I don't know how you can live like that. What choice do I have?" I mean, I never thought I was the kind of person who could live with this mess, but what choice do I have? Don't say things like that. I know it doesn't you don't mean it the way it comes across, but I mean, what the hell else am I going to do? Just lay down and rot? I tried that. It didn't work for me. I don't want that. I don't want to just exist. I want to live. We need your encouragement. We don't need your pity. Number 6, don't become an enforcer. We know what we're not supposed to do. We know what we are supposed to do. And you know what? Sometimes you just want to say to hell with it all. And you want to go out and you want to have a cheeseburger and fries and have one too many cocktails and go live it up with your friends and just have one night of acting like a normal human being. And we know we're going to pay a hell of a price for it the next day. I don't need you to tell me that. Nobody with a chronic illness, none of us need you to tell us, oh my gosh, you shouldn't do that, because we know your job, your role in our life is to be support. It's not to be critical. You're not our conscience. Don't judge. Don't judge things you just can't possibly understand. And finally, number 7, you need to accept us. I used to actually really stress about this. And I finally have come to the point of I don't give a damn anymore. If you don't accept me, you don't accept me. That's your problem. And I'm gonna just move on. I'm gonna ease you out of my life and keep going. I don't got time for your crap. But you know what? Things have changed. Yes, we know. Our old lives are gone. They're not coming back. Chances are they're never coming back. So don't sit there and go, oh, I remember when you used to. You know what? So do they. A lot more keenly than you do. You need to understand that chronic means exactly that. It's not going anywhere. We'll have our good days. Sure. Everybody has ups and downs, even us. We all have our ups and downs, but chronic is exactly that. It's going to be back. It doesn't go away. Side note, I have to say it frosts my butt every year. I have to fill out a 4-page form. Well, my doctor is supposed to fill out a 4-page form that I have to take to my employer to send to the government every year, because my chronic illness is, guess what? It's still chronic. It frosts my butt because think about how many people are out there who are in a situation to be covered by family medical leave, which is why I have these forms. Now it's 4 pages. I'm smart. I keep mine on the computer electronically. So all I have to do every year is update the information, and I just print it out, run it to the clinic. She signs it and they get it back to me. But if your doctor's got to fill out a 4-page form every year for how many people that they're seeing, that's a lot of wasted damn time. It's part of why our medical costs are high. Anyway, it's a small part, admittedly, but it's still part. That's just fresh on my mind because I just dropped off my paperwork last week. But you need to accept the situation for what it is. Don't go on and on about the way things used to be, because they're gone. That time's over, and it's probably never going to come back. And even if someone reverses their health situation, it's probably changed them drastically as a person. Hopefully for the better, not necessarily, but hopefully. Like with me, honestly, I don't want my old life back. I want a better life. I want to get healthy and have a better damn life than I used to, because I'm a better person now. And you know why I'm a better person? Because I've had to deal with this crap for so long. I had to sink or swim. I had to start figuring this stuff out. Anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox because I don't feel good. I know I say that all the time, but I don't feel good. And I just want to go lay down. So that's what I'm going to do. I hope y'all have a great night. I truly, truly appreciate your time. Look, I'm no expert. All I am is a woman who's lived with this crap for a really long time. So if you're struggling with this, or you have someone in your life who is struggling with this, drop me a line on Twitter at Alaskan Courtney. I try to be very responsive, and I know I can help you find ways to either support your loved one or to support yourself if you're the one dealing with this. I used to have the worst attitude. I was really bitter and angry at the world because, oh, poor me, I got health issues. Well, you know what? There's a lot of people out there who would love to be as healthy as I am. It's all about perspective. And in the big picture, I'm a pretty blessed person and I have a good life. It's just got some complications that other people's don't have. Anyway, y'all take care. And I will be back Wednesday. I had to think what day it was. Wednesday at 5 o'clock Alaska time. Good night.